The 32-year-old reflects on his achievements at Roland Garros and looks ahead to the future. Rafael Nadal at the 2019 Australian Open. Photo Roberto Dell'Olivo. World number 2 Rafael Nadal has said that he would be unsurprised if his record at the French Open is matched or even broken in the future. The 32-year-old is known as the King of Clay for his dominance on the surface throughout his career. At Roland Garros, he has won the Grand Slam title 11 times. He is the only player, man or woman, to win the same Grand Slam 11 times in the Open era. In the history of the sport, Margaret Court is the only other player to achieve the milestone at the Australian Open. However, the majority of Court's titles occurred before the start of the Open era in 1968. Despite the impressive achievement, Nadal insists that his record can be broken one day. During an interview at a Banco Sabadell event in Vigo, he said, "If I can do it, why not somebody else? I consider myself a totally normal person. If I have done it, why will not someone else do it?" Spanish website Punto de Break quoted Nadal as saying, "Another person will come in the future and will do it too. It is difficult because many factors have to be taken into account. I've been injured 5 times in my career, but in Roland Garros I'd only had 1. It's important that in those 2 weeks, at the French Open, you're perfect and that you do it for many years," he added. There is a strong change that Nadal will add to his trophy collection at the Paris Major before he retires from the sport. The Spaniard has won a record 57 titles on the clay during his career and currently has a winning percentage of .920, 415 to 36 on the surface. Embed from Getty Images. The future. Now heading into the later stages of his career, Nadal is hoping for more success in the future. His latest achievement was reaching the final of the Australian Open, where he suffered a straight sets loss to Novak Djokovic. The tournament was his first since September after being sidelined from the tour with numerous injury issues. "Things are not eternal, they do not have to be, the years go by, we are in the final stretch of our careers," he said. "My case, I hope there is still more. I hope to stay competitive for more years and enjoy sports at this level. As long as possible. One cannot predict when the end arrives. I do not fear it. I have been very happy playing tennis, but I can also be without playing it. One of the keys to my success is that I have been able to enjoy all those things that a young person also needs to enjoy." In the immediate future, Nadal has his eyes cast on 2 major events outside of the Grand Slams. The first of which is the newly revamped Davis Cup. In November, the finals of the competition will be held at the Caja Magica in Madrid. For the first time in the 119-year history of the event, the finals will feature 18 teams and be held over a week. "I would like to be there, but there are still a lot of months to go, 7 or 8 months, almost 9, he commented about playing in the team event. "It's very difficult to predict what is going on in 9 months, but my hope is to be there. Then next year is the Tokyo Olympic Games." Nadal is already a 2-time Olympic champion, winning gold medals in the singles at the 2008 Games in Beijing and the men's doubles at the 2016 Rio Games. "You are talking about more than a year and a half away. I don't know what is going to happen, but, as I already said, my hope is to be there," he said. "I know Tokyo is going to be spectacular, so I will do my best to be there." Nadal is set to return to action later this month at the Mexican Open in Acapulco. The former world number 1 opens up about his plans for 2019. Roger Federer at the 2019 Australian Open. Photograph named Chrysaline Caio. Copyright at Sport Vision. 20-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer has shed light on his plans for the upcoming clay court season. Last month, the 37-year-old announced that he would be playing at the French Open for the first time since 2015. He withdrew from Roland Garros in 2016 due to injury and then opted to skip the tournament the next 2 years in order to rest his body. The last tournament he played on the clay was at the Italian Open in 2016, where he lost in the third round to Dominic Thiem. "I was missing the clay season. 2 years ago, I had some physical problems. Last year I decided not to go, but this year I don't see why not to play," Federer told reporters at the Australian Open in January. "My game and my level has there. I didn't lose to a bad player, but to someone who will be on top for long." Speaking to Swiss newspaper Blick, Federer has provided some insight into what his return to the clay will look like, revealing that he will likely only play in one tournament leading up to the second Grand Slam of the year. During the clay court season, 3 Masters 1000 tournaments take place in Monte Carlo, Madrid and Rome. "I probably just play a tournament ahead of Roland Garros," he said. "I do not want to play much more. I prefer to train more and prepare well for the grass season. Which tournament? We will have to see. Monte Carlo is probably too early in the season." Besides his planned return to the French Open, Federer's focus remains on the Wimbledon Championships. This year he is bidding to claim the men's title for a 9th time in his career, an achievement that would make him the most successful singles player in Wimbledon history alongside Martina Navratilova, who won the women's tournament 9 times. On Friday, Federer outlined his goals for the season during the launch of the Laver Cup, a team competition that will take place later this year in Geneva, Switzerland. "I really would like to make a good season start. Maybe that could launch the clay season and Wimbledon, but I think Wimbledon, yes, the US Open, and after also the Laver Cup and the World Tour Finals at the end of the year," he said during a press conference. The world number 6, who has won 99 ATP titles so far in his career, has made a steady start to 2019. In January he claimed the Hopman Cup alongside Belinda Bencic. Then at the Australian Open, he reached the 4th round before crashing out to Greece's Stefanos Tsitsipas. "I continue my career. I'm motivated, I feel good, and I'm looking forward to the future," he stated. "The goal is always to have a level of play high enough to beat Rafa and Djokovic, and as soon as it is so high so you can play against them and maybe win, that means that the classification will normally follow." Federer is set to return to action at the Dubai Tennis Championships. The tournament will get underway on February 25th. Simona Halep has set up an intriguing day in Ostrava after leveling Romania's Fed Cup tie with the Czech Republic. Simona Halep, Priceline Kayo, copyright at Sportvision. Simona Halep has set up a thrilling second day in Ostrava as she leveled the tie for Romania away to the Czech Republic. The Roland Garros champion cruised past Katerina Siniakova 6-4, 6-0 to level the tie for Romania in Ostrava against defending champions Czech Republic. This was after Karolina Pliskova gave the hosts an early advantage as her and Halep are set to meet in a crucial third rubber tomorrow. In other World Group results, France and Belarus are on the verge of the semi-finals after leading Belgium and Germany 2-0 respectively. After edging a tight first set, Halep raced to an emphatic victory as she leveled the tie in the first round of their World Group tie in Ostrava. There was also an impressive win for the informed Pliskova as the duo will meet each other in the battle of the top 5 players. After the match, the Romanian said that she is excited to represent her country once again this week. "It's Fed Cup, so the pressure is more, but it's an open match, and I think tomorrow, I'll fight for that chance and I'll be motivated, playing for my country." Although tomorrow looks an exciting match on paper, Australian Open semi-finalist Karolina Pliskova is staying calm ahead of the blockbuster third rubber. "Of course, I'm excited, but I can't afford to get overexcited," Pliskova explained in her post-match interview. 6-2 is fine, the match starts from 0-0, so there's going to be a chance for both of us, never mind what happened in the past. I just have it in my head that I beat her in the Fed Cup 3 years ago, when we won." After Pliskova and Halep, it will be Katerina Siniakova against Mihaela Buzarnescu, with the doubles rubber potentially deciding who reaches the semi-final. Since being promoted back to the World Group in 2010, the Czechs haven't lost a World Group first round, so it will be a difficult task for Romania. France and Belarus on the verge of semi-finals. France and Belarus are on the verge of the semi-finals though after winning both their respective singles matches after day one. In Liege, Caroline Garcia and Elise Cornet returned to Fed Cup duty with wins over Alison van Uytvanck and Elise Mertens. While Garcia won in 3 sets, Cornet stunned world number 12 Mertens in straight sets to give Julien Benneteau a good start as captain. Caroline Garcia can seal the tie for France tomorrow with a win over Elise Mertens while the hosts need to win all 3 matches tomorrow. In Braunschweig, Germany face a big task if they want to place in the last 4 of the Fed Cup as they trail a strong Belarusian side. Wins for Alexandra Sasnovich and a ruthless Aryna Sabalenka means the world number 9 can seal the visitors' place in the last 4 with a win over Tatiana Maria. USA are ready for a big test against Australia in Nashville as they look to win their second Fed Cup in 3 years. Team USA, at Sonia Akinen, Twitter, USA Fed Cup captain Kathy Rinaldi has said that USA are ready for their first-round World Group clash with Australia in Nashville this weekend. The Americans were denied a second consecutive Fed Cup title last year when they were beat by the Czech Republic 3-0 in the final. However, ahead of their first-round clash with Australia, Captain Kathy Rinaldi is ready to bring the US more success in 2019 and is ready to work hard for it. "We are going to take it one match at a time and not underestimate anybody," Rinaldi said in a press conference. "We are going to go out there, compete. We are going to be a strong team, have each other's backs, leave it all out on the court. That's all I can ask as the captain." The first rubber of the tie will see Sofia Kenin play in for Ashley Barty, and after last year's epic performance in the Fed Cup final, the 20-year-old is ready for another challenge. "Prague was something memorable," Kenin explained. "I'm never going to forget that. Only difference here is they're going to be cheering for me instead of against me. It's going to help me. Hopefully I can take the win for Team USA." In the second rubber on Saturday, Madison Keys will take on Kimberly Burrell as the Americans will look to make their third consecutive Fed Cup final. Garcia Perez levels up for Spain. Meanwhile, in World Group 2, world number 181 Georgina Garcia Perez saved match point to ensure Spain enter day 2 level with Japan. And it's all level in Japan as Spain fight back in the second rubber. Garcia Perez defeats Doi 6-2, 4-6, 7-6, 2. In a roller coaster second rubber, Georgina Garcia Perez used her 200 km/h serve to her advantage after she saved match point in the 12th game to edge past Misaki Doi 6-2, 4-6, 7-6, 2. The Spaniard admitted she was nervous in the tiebreaker but is pleased with her effort. "My attitude and energy was very good thanks to the support of the team," Garcia Perez said. "I was a bit stressed on match point but I was confident I could make a good serve, and that's what I did. I'm very good under pressure. I was nervous about the tiebreak but that was when I started to play better, became more solid, and didn't miss." The win was crucial as now Hibino put Japan 1-0 up earlier on with a comfortable 6-4, 6-2 win over Sarasari Bay's Tormo. A nail-biting second day awaits with both teams looking to go one step closer to make the World Group for the 2020 season.